For years and years, Rare has spit in the face of its most dedicated fans, taking out all the parts of the game that made it a fun, interesting, and challenging experience, all to soothe the blubbering wails of pathetic console casuals and noobs who don't know how to do anything else but walk forward and swing their little slappy sticks. Will Rare never rest until they've turned the Sea of Thieves into a shallow, soulless, sightseeing sandbox for entitled babies who have never faced adversity in their entire lives and never want to? Skill issue! Well, it's finally here. After the longest season in Sea of Thieves history, Season 10 has arrived, and with it, all the pleas and cries of those precious PvE players have finally been answered. Safety Pin Seas, Safer Seas, is being rolled out as a new feature where players can load into their own private server without any enemy players, all so that they can bumble around on their cute little voyages without some mean, toxic, heartless TDMer coming to spawn camp them on their boat and sink them, sending them to the cold, briny blue, stealing all their treasure and mocking them in the process. Aww. As insulting and offensive as this new feature is, there is at least a saving grace, because even though the devs made what was clearly the wrong decision, they at least had the wisdom to nerf this new mode into oblivion. The list of nerfs reads as follows. In Safer Seas, you have less risk from other pirates, and therefore will earn reputation at 30% the rate you would in higher seas. All the PvE players gonna be very upset about that. You're telling me that with no risk, there's no reward? What? That's not fair. You cannot ever earn any reputation for Athena's Fortune or Reaper's Bone in Safer Seas. But I want to be a Reaper PvE player. You cannot ever earn any allegiance for Guardians or Servants in Safer Seas. Imagine if you did an Hourglass dive in Safer Seas and it spawns skeleton ships to fight for the Safer Seas babies. That would be fun. For Gold Hoarders, Order of Souls, Merchant Alliance, and Hunter's Call, once you reach level 40, reputation is capped and cannot go any further. Also, there is no emissaries allowed, which is also based. Oh, but can I find all the same treasures in Safer Seas? There are certain treasures you will not be able to find in Safer Seas. All Athena Fortune treasure, Chests of Fortune, Generous Gifts, Humble Gifts, Rag and Bone Crates, Reaper's Bounties, Reaper's Chests, Writ Skulls, Skulls of Destiny, and all the tomes. Also, you cannot become a Pirate Legend or access any Pirate Legend content in Safer Seas. They even decided to remove the ability to use Open Crew from Safer Seas, which is clearly a smart decision. But an even smarter decision would have been to remove Open Crew entirely, because nothing good has ever come out of Open Crew. Remember, kids, God does not love Open Crew or those who use it. But inevitably, as soon as Rare gave an inch, the PvE crybabies took a mile, and we all started sliding down the slippery slope as they immediately started whining and complaining about the 30% reputation nerf and all the commendations they couldn't do in Safer Seas. Boo! Reducing base pay to 30%, removing emissary bonus, and making it so I can't quickly sell everything to sovereigns makes this go from something I was excited about to something not worth playing. Really hoping this gets balanced better in the future. I share the exact same sentiment. Rare cannot swallow their pride and still feels like they must punish people for not liking PvP. It's a shame. Get over yourselves, Rare. Let people choose their experience and don't punish them for it. They also continued their whine fest after users rightfully started mocking them. I'm 34 and I have 4,000 hours and both Hourglass curses. You are someone who thinks lesser of a player if they don't like PvP. because you are an idiot that doesn't understand games are supposed to be fun and enjoyable. Hate to break it to you, but come December, Sea of Thieves isn't just PvEVP. If you need tissues, let me know. I got you. This person is literally the Wojak meme with the person who's crying but is wearing the mask with the smug face on it. This particular user literally created their Twitter account for the sole purpose of complaining about the nerf to saferseas reputation and never used that Twitter account ever again. Imagine literally making a Twitter account just to complain about this one issue. I stumbled upon an eerily similar person posting to the Sea of Thieves forum, also complaining about the Sea of Thieves nerf, and for some reason admitting out in the open for everyone to see that they have trouble killing regular beach skeletons. These are the people who are complaining about the saferseas nerf. Listen, I'm not expert. I don't know what's going on, but if you're the kind of person who's having trouble killing a regular beach skeleton, maybe this game isn't for you. Is that possible? I don't understand. Is the solution really for us to lower the skill ceiling to the point where we're accommodating players who can't swing their sword at a skeleton twice? The skeleton literally dies in 2 hits. Soon the game will be trivialized to the point where there's no challenge in anything whatsoever, everything's a cakewalk, and nothing is interesting. But the weapons grade copium continued to fester across all forums and all social media platforms as the PvE geeks all jerked each other off in their quest to get those mean, unconscionable saferseas nerfs removed by the devs at Rare. What do you mean you don't want to get your anus prolapsed by 2,000 hours shitters every time you play the game? It's a little dramatic, ain't it, bud? Question: how long will it take till players can have the same experience in safer seas like in high seas? When will the restrictions get removed? With a mod bluntly and rightfully replying, when they choose to sail on high seas instead of safer seas. Based. This user moaned, Rare doing literally anything they can to make the PvE mode absolutely unplayable for anyone looking for some form of progression. Literally 2/3 of the game is removed just to please the people who would do nothing but whine about others being able to have fun. Then play the real game. Then go out and risk your ass, and by risking your ass, earn greater rewards. That's how it works. I don't know what these people want. The gameplay is not just the, oh, X marks the spot. Oh, I got the treasure, guys. I'm done. That's not all it is. There's more to it than that, dummy. The people who want this mode don't ever want to leave and go to the regular servers. That's why they're complaining about the nerf. They literally just want to play this and nothing else. Great news. We'll download the game again. Every single session I had turned into PvP against Reapers and their GBs. I don't know what that means. I love PvP, but the game also had a good chunk of PvE, which we never had enough time to explore thanks to Reapers that sunk our parked ship, then spawn camped us until we bailed that mission. Bro, it literally just, like, watch the horizons. Like, don't leave your ship parked and, like, not look out for yourself. You don't like this update? Thanks all the toxic players that spawn camp new players or people that were just fishing. You can literally scuttle your ship. Stop complaining about the spawn camping. Literally, there is an option that they made just for crybabies like you, so that you can choose to scuttle your ship if you think you're never going to get out of their spawn camp. That's what it's there for. Use it. They made it for you. But of course, not all the users that were posting to the forums were excited about the new edition of Safer Seas or complaining about the nerf to the reputation. Some of them were actually criticizing the addition to Safer Seas. But the ones that did got their Reddit karma absolutely obliterated by the people who were so obsessed with hating the specter of the toxic TDMer that sank them once like a couple weeks ago. Safer Seas proves most of the fanbase doesn't want an actual pirate game. While more options is always good, of course, it's also depressing the amount of people who don't want stuff like looting and ship battles in their pirate game. Sea of Thieves was designed as both a PvE and PvP hybrid game. Part of the fun challenge is the potential threat of other pirates as you go on your adventure. I thought the game did a good job at that too, as it's not very punishing even if you get sunk. When you take the pirate aspect out, Sea of Thieves doesn't have much to offer as a game. You're basically an Amazon delivery boy. It's Sea of Thieves, so I stole your PvP away from you. cute. Part of the fun is that unpredictable danger of the seven seas. Fucking negative 86 downvotes. They're fucking murdering this guy in the comments. Jesus Christ. They really hate the idea of fucking ever like losing in a video game. People really need to learn and understand that just because it's fun for you doesn't mean it's the case for literally everybody. So play a single player game. Play a single player game. Hello? The reason most pirates are likely to transfer to safer seas are because of pirates like you. Instead of actually giving any validation, my feelings are valid. Any validation, you basically just type 3 paragraphs about how they are complete shit. Did he call them complete shit? Did I don't remember reading that part. Well, anyway. But who wants to hop on a game and within 15 minutes get jumped by a crew of 1,000 hour plus pirates? 1,000 hour plus. Cute. Being toxic and shaming them. Well, I'm neutral to safer seas. It really sounds that way. I don't see why it can't be added. I don't see why not it can't be added. I'm gonna fucking, double gun myself before I get to the end of this sentence. And then, of course, without fail, the pirate historian showed up to chat. Well, actual pirates didn't prey on other pirates except in rare cases. Name drop. They preyed on merchant ships or treasure ships since they were guaranteed to have lots of loot. Rare created an artificial situation. Are you telling me that this fictional world and this fantasy video game is an artificial situation? I never thought about it like that. An artificial situation where pirates are motivated to prey on other pirates, which is historically not very piratical. Is that a word? On top of that, pirates weren't a bunch of hooting, slur-slinging assholes. Are you sure about that one? I'm gonna need a source on that one. Yes, they will use violence if necessary, but they much prefer if a crew would surrender. After all, in real life, you can't loot a sunken ship. And actual combat risks death and dismemberment. This guy is making it sound like pirates never attacked anyone or killed anyone ever. Can we get a real historian in here? Again, if this wasn't the totally uninformed gaming show, I may pick up like some sort of historical book and start like making like an MLA citation page trying to get to the bottom of this. He literally thinks pirates were all like Disney Pixar characters who were running around, never killed anyone, going around being nice and courteous, never swearing, because as we all know, pirates never swore. To be clear, I do not condone the use of slurs while playing a pirate game. That's not cool. The adorably naive comments continued. I feel like you're missing the bigger picture. Just because the game is called Sea of Thieves doesn't mean it's just all about stealing from others, killing others. Sea of Thieves is a game that embodies the pirate fantasy. Oh boy, ooh la la. Pirates Only, the new not safe for work Fansly site coming out soon. The romanticized version of pirates we see in movies, television, books, and other video games. You heard it here, folks. Not only did pirates never kill anyone in real life, they never killed anyone in TV either. All those Pirates of the Caribbean movies, they never existed. Gone. Wipe them from your memory, folks. I think a lot of these people, they watch too many kids' cartoons or something. I don't know what's going on. But would it at all surprise you to know that some of these fragile, gentle, helpless PvE players are sometimes even more toxic than the very TDMers and PvPers that they like to whine and complain about? For most of us, it's no surprise. Here's an example from streamer Theb.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
What's up?
Hold on, no,
sorry.
don't kill him.
Fucking kill yourself.
What?
By the way.
Put a gun in your mouth and pull the trigger.
Initially, Theb had kept this player's username hidden, but once they started yelling at him to kill himself, he checked the username and then almost immediately discovered that this was the same user who had been posting on the Sea of Thieves forums, whining and complaining about how we need solo servers. These players are not crying for solo servers to avoid toxic players. They need them because they're toxic and they get vicious and grumpy every time they get sunk and they lose a video game. Oh guys, it makes me so angry. I'm gonna call you words. I'm gonna yell slurs at you. I'm gonna tell you to kill yourself. This guy writes, I'm not a god, but I'm pretty decently above average. Straight up better than 70% of people that I come across. But my friends are always on, and some people don't have friends. Some people don't have friends, and that's the only thing holding them back from playing. Again, I'm sure. But of course, having to coexist on a server with other players isn't the only thing that these PvE-only crybabies like to complain about. They also like to complain about double gunning. That's right, after years of acknowledging its existence and just simply letting it be, Rare has suddenly decided to turn around and take yet another step to lower the skill ceiling of their I can't say skill ceiling. What about Antonifa? And lowered the skill ceiling of their precious game. I'm having a skill issue right now. As we speak, Rareware is patching quick swapping from the game for good. An ability that allowed players to fire one gun, quickly swap to a second using simple animation canceling techniques, and fire again, all to slaughter their poor prey just a little bit faster. It's a technique that was simple to learn, but hard to master. If Rareware wanted to patch this from the game, they should have done so a long time ago. But now, some players, the most dedicated fans, have spent hours and hours for years practicing this technique. Needless to say, all the PvE future saferseas enjoyers were rejoicing at this news, despite the fact that they're all going to continue to repeatedly die to better players and will just find a new excuse to blame it on and a new cope to use every time they find themselves on the ferry of the damned. Speaking of cope and soon-to-be ferry passengers, here's one of them now. Can't wait to take vengeance on all those double gunners that treated me like a skipping stone. Do you mean stepping stone, my dude? I don't think little bro remembers the saying right. Vengeance equals standing still, sword blocking, and dying a second later than usual. Still, the two guns. Now, obviously, not everyone was happy with this change. Another user posted to the forum to criticize the move. I am deeply saddened to hear of the planned combat changes. As someone who enjoys a very niche PvP activity, TDM, the removal of Quickswap is a blow to my playstyle and my overall engagement with the game. When TDMing, smooth and clean play is everything. Laggy, clunky, jarring animations, getting stuck on things, etc. all disrupt the flow of gameplay and the feeling of energetic engagement with the game's combat. One need only watch one of the many highly polished TDM montages made by the community, showcasing a buttery smooth mastery of aiming and movement, and seamless transitions between combat and movement. Thus, I would implore the talented dev team at Rare, oh look how nice they're being, to listen to me and the PvP community as a whole. You clearly have many extremely talented designers and okay, now you're sucking up a little bit too much. Now you're laying it on a little thick there, buddy. Of course, this person was obliterated in the comment section. If you can't get good without a crutch like Quickswap, then you don't deserve to have it. Right, because double gunners and people who know how to Quickswap so often tend to be bad at the game. What is this person talking about? Anyway, this is not a shooter. It was an exploit. It's going away. What does this game not being a shooter have to do with anything? This man literally wants all guns removed from the game. That's the future this guy wants. Players can call it what they wish, but for me, it was cheating. So good riddance. Dude, it was cheating for you because you never learned it. I mean, just imagine getting quickswapped, getting killed like that, and instead of thinking, wow, that person really knows how to switch their guns really quick, I'm gonna learn how to do that so that I'm a better fighter. Instead of just sitting around feeling sorry for yourself and complaining, why do they shoot so fast? I hope Rare makes it so they can't shoot me so fast. It just couldn't be me. Victim mindset, I guess. Skill? Nah. What about the players who rather use a sword and a gun? It's unfair in its own. Everyone should be on equal footing regardless of playstyle. This fucking genius won't be happy until literally everyone's forced to use the same weapon, so everything is perfectly balanced. You are also removing a meta that many people got good at. Not everyone is equal. That is not okay. This person is literally complaining that not everyone is as good at the game. He's literally complaining about equality of outcome, not equality of opportunity. He doesn't want merit-based. He wants everything equal. Bad players are on equal footing to good players, and that means the game is bad. What are you talking about? This is so stupid. I'm fucking done. The same mod from before actually came in and very bluntly said, the Quickswap exploit is being removed. More correctly, it is being fixed to fit more in line with what the developers envision when it comes to combat. And then sliding in a snide, those who are actually good at the game will adapt and adjust the changes in the game and continue to be good. Jesus. And in a response to the comment about watching the beautiful TDM montages from the community, there is no need to watch multiple as they are all basically the same, only differences in the editing. Jesus, this mod is savage on both sides. This mod ain't taking your shit. But no one was quite as ridiculous as the next commenter. Has it never occurred to Rare that taking out the Eye of Reach? Muskets and flintlocks were available but took a long time to reload. Maybe a flintlock and the blunderbuss should be the only weapons aside the cutlass. At least it would be more in keeping with the golden age of piracy. They certainly didn't double... This lunatic literally wants to remove snipers from the game. I think where people who play the game have used it to repeatedly kill other players for their pleasure, double gunning and bouncing around like lunatics, often voicing vile words, is the root cause why many players just want some space from that behavior. If you deal with the tools that allow that behavior, you will solve the issues that affect gameplay for the majority at the cost of losing those few who spoil it for everyone. This dumbass thinks that removing the sniper from the game will make people less toxic and say less mean things over them over voice chat as they continually spawn kill them. What an idiot. They're also complaining about the saferseas. They also want saferseas, but like literally you can invite 6 boats worth of friends. They literally want to turn saferseas into an alliance server. Of course, I would never play on an alliance server. Well, there you go. But before we bid farewell and have our little Viking funeral for the glory days of Sea of Thieves, now well behind us, let us enjoy this Amazon review of Sea of Thieves from user Spencer. Spencer, what do you have for us? 1 star. Run away. Get nauseous after 30 minutes of swinging around a room of randomly generated pirate avatars until you finally find one that you kind of like. This person was dumb at the game, literally at the character select screen. Wow, that's real soon. On the odd chance you make it past the initial, and only, boss fight that is the act of just logging into this game. No one told this guy about the gold hoarder, I guess. You wake up in a pub with absolutely no direction. No direction? Are you serious? Am I an asshole? Not even a vague hint to set you on your path. Wandering outside the pub, you see a ship slowly sinking into the surf. Surprise, it's yours. Checking out these shops proves to be a challenge due to the morbidly obese naked pirate following you around, shooting you in the face with his pistol, and screaming racial epithets into his microphone. Beautiful picture, I can envision it in my mind already. Suddenly, you find yourself magically teleported into the brig of a ship. There's no way out, and several crew members, including the naked pirate from earlier, dance in a circle around your cage, playing the hurdy-gurdy. One of this guy's crewmates was literally following around, shooting at him with a pistol to try to get his attention, and he didn't respond to comms or something, so his crewmates all got pissed at him for basically doing nothing, and voted him into the brig. And he doesn't understand why or what's going on. You find yourself on a new island with a new crew, locked into a new brig while a high-pitched 12-year-old shares with you intimate details of your mother's reproductive anatomy. This guy knows that closed crew is an option, right? He noticed that there were 2 game modes and he is choosing to do open crew over and over. You learn that you can play solo by selecting the smaller of the 2 ship size. Essentially a rowboat with a sail. I'd say that's a bit harsh. You realize quickly how tedious even basic navigation can be. Skill issue. What? If you finally reach your destination, dig up the chest, and carry it back to your ship, you make haste to the nearest port to turn it in. Pulling in, you see a galleon that immediately open fires on you. Fucking solo sloop pulls up to an outpost where a galleon is, and surprised they get attacked. Hello. sinking your ship and stealing your treasure. That's why we need safer seas. You respawn nearby with a mind for vengeance. Oh, good luck with that, buddy. Mr. I can't navigate. So you sail back over to the port with loaded cannon. Suddenly, the pirate you didn't see climbing up the side of your ship stabs you in the back. You respawn again, enraged, right back onto the deck of your ship, probably yelling racial epithets of his own at this point. For yet another round of what is surely a hilarious game for the other guy. You wake up on a new island with your new ship floating off the coast. You've accomplished exactly nothing. You're back at zero. If this sounds fun for you, then you'll have a fantastic time on Safer Seas. And that's all we got time for today, folks. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Rare for sponsoring the episode, /S. And of course, I can't wait for them to make me a SOP partner. I'm sure that day is coming any day now. And I'll see you for the next episode of Tugs, except you won't because we're canceled. Hey guys, thank you for watching that wonderful video. Please support me by subscribing, smashing that like button, and commenting down below all of your favorite games so that I can learn more about my lovely viewers. Thank you, and have a good rest of your day.